Now, the incident of what I'm talking about in this video is on my Twitter page, so if you're following me on there, it's there. It's a recent post, so you can't miss it. It kind of went viral, and for the obvious reason. Now, it was allegedly filmed in the town of Burton-on-Trent in the Midlands here in England. And it's a migrant, and he's stood in front of this woman's window. He's got his thing out, and he's playing with it, and he's making disgusting gestures with his hand and his face. It's completely disgusting, it's disrespectful, it's perverted, and it's not right. And that goes without saying, but the worst thing about this is the woman is sat in her living room with her kid, and you can hear the television in the background, and it's clearly a kiddies program that they're watching together. And this guy, this migrant, thinks it's acceptable to walk up to a window and just do this openly. Now, so far, there have been no reports of an arrest or conviction or charges, anything regarding this incident, and there bloody well should be. Because this is the kind of stuff people shouldn't have to put up with. And I can assure you folks, if this happened in front of a prominent refugees welcome celebrity campaigner, they'd soon change their tune. And the painfully middle-class singing Marsh Family's pro-migrant anti-Tory songs might have very different lyrics. If you haven't heard of the Marsh Family, then please look them up and get a bucket ready to throw up in. And people with his behaviour aren't the ones that this country should be importing. Whether they be refugees, asylum seekers or illegal migrants. It's not the done thing in this country. And why the hell is it always the people regarded as fascists and Nazis and far right who are calling these things out? You never hear anything from the left about migrants behaving like this, and people like Gary Lineker and his ilk and Owen Jones, etc. They never call these people out for this behaviour. I wonder why. You can guarantee you folks, it wouldn't be someone like this that Gary Lineker had in his house for a month or a couple of weeks, so he could use him as a PR exercise. I can guarantee you folks, Gary Lineker would have had the migrants he had in his mansion heavily vetted. And if the guy in this video feels at liberty to do this in the open in this country, then what the hell has he done in his own country? This is why we need strict border controls. We need to know who the hell we bring into this country. And if they're undesirables like this fella, then obviously we don't want them. We don't need them. They don't contribute anything to our society. If anything, they are a danger to our society. What would have happened if this woman would have opened the door to him? What would he have done then, especially in front of her little kiddies? Now, of course, because of the woke authorities and the woke establishments here, we are not allowed to call these people out, or some of them, or the ones who behave like this anyway, and bring them to account, because then we are labelled as racists, far-right and Nazis. But like Simon Sideways said in his video this morning regarding this, and if this had happened in somewhere like Ulster, Northern Ireland, then it'd have been dealt with on the streets, because they don't take any shit over there. And the paramilitaries are still very much in existence. But thankfully people are now starting to wake up to the dangers and the very high risk of illegal migration, and the fact that the Tories, well, they're not Tories, are they? And the Labour Party will do absolutely nothing about it. There's a general election coming up, and both parties will promise the earth and say that they will deal with immigration, when in fact they won't. Because if the Tories wanted to do something about it, they would have done it. Rishi Sunak sacked the only Conservative minister who wanted to do something about it, but it didn't happen, did it? And he got rid of her. So the Tories aren't serious about this. The Labour Party aren't serious about this. The only people who are serious about this, questioning it, scrutinising it, are people like me, people like you, who are demonised simply for talking about it. Now, I know as a prison officer of 11 years, there are British people who do this kind of thing, and we lock them up, and rightly so. We are not without our own perverts, but they're here, and we deal with them. But what the hell should we be importing them? It's not right, is it? And I'm not against immigration as a whole. I'm against illegal immigration and strictly vetted, stringently controlled migration. I want people here who can contribute to society, to our professions, people we need. Not people who think they can come here, expect us to bend over backwards for them, and feel they can walk over to a woman's house and play with themselves in front of her window while she's sat there with her kid. And like I said, the video of the incident is on my Twitter page. And there we go, that's my video. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Until the next time, Roger Trout.